Right, so we're back doing this again. I mean, it's been what, 7-8 months, I think, since I did the last video. Basically, I just got lazy, didn't want to do it. It seemed like too much ag. But anyway, we're back here. We're going to try this again. Basically, a mate of mine, he's recording as well now, and he sort of gave me a bit of a kick up the arse to say that, you should do it. It might work, it might not, but at least you're giving it a go. So, we're going to give it a go. And I thought this one, the job that I've got in next, is a relatively good one to do. So it's a Nissan Juke 1.2, take the engine out, rebuild it, bottom end's gone. Basically, bottom end is knocking really bad. Definitely hear it on sort of, as the engine comes back down in revolutions, you can just hear it knocking around. It's pretty knackered. So it'll basically be me getting the engine out, probably do a time lapse of that, something like that. And then when it's sort of the actual in-depth bit of the bear, like the bearings and all that kind of stuff, I can record that, show you guys that. And yeah, we'll just try and do like what I'm doing day to day, all that kind of stuff really. I've got to go and do a collection tomorrow on a little smart car I've got coming in. So that means going out in the truck. So might take you with me then, but we'll see. But yeah, so this is, I'll just quickly pick you up. I'm not too good at this whole camera angles and everything. But a few little changes. So I'm not too sure if you can see, but obviously there's the toolbox. Now before, obviously I had a massive locker and a big overhead hutch. Got rid of the pair of them. In all honesty, it's money. So when you first start off by yourself, money is quite key. And the thing is, the hutch was like £4 grand, the locker was like £4 grand. It's just money that's not needed, do you know what I mean? As in, like, you're spending that money and you could put the money elsewhere, into like your business, into your equipment, whatever. And I didn't really need it. So all of my, where is it? All of my timing tools up there, specialty stuff, all that kind of stuff. And then I've just got like liquids and all of that on the top shelf. Keys, chargers and everything over there on that board. So yeah, and the thing is, the worktop's exactly the same as it was before. So, the tools wise, nothing else has really changed. Got a new diag, battery tester and jump kit. Apart from that, that's about it. But yeah, so that's the only difference sort of workshop. Still do not have a ramp, as you can see, which a lot of people still say I'm mad because I don't have a ramp, but I actually really don't mind it. I am going to get a ramp. Sorry, pardon me, burping. I'm going to get a scissor lift, but I'm going to have it like sunken into the floor. So then it's basically flush with the whole ground. So then when I come to do jobs like this, so I'm going to rip the engine out, obviously front end off, all that kind of stuff straight out the front. And then I'll lower it onto dollies. Now, when it's on dollies, I can shimmy it all across the workshop however I want. And, it's easy that way. So, yeah, having two massive posts for a 2-post ramp, I can't do that. So I probably would just go for a scissor lift. But yeah, so that's this one. Yeah, I don't think that's about it. That's a mechatronics unit out of an auto, or DSG Golf. That's for Alex. He's doing more filming. That's his. So we did a little video here with him yesterday. And that's basically why I started this again. Just sort of give me a little kick up the arse I probably needed. And to be fair, I am quite busy all the time. So trying to find time to do this is going to be a pain, but we've got to make it, got to do it. Because I've got an engine there, which is in bits currently. I've got another 2 engines down here. So it's all like relatively big jobs that I've got that, it's relatively interesting to watch, if you know what I mean. As well as like, just sort of cam belt services, all that type of stuff. So yeah, just looking at my week's work to come next week. Pretty packed out, to be fair. I'm just trying to see if there's anything that's like a good one as well to show. So I've got a couple of head gaskets next week, rear subframe I've got under seal on an X5. So basically like try and wire wheel off as much as possible, just to put, a bit of prevention. So this sort of smart car, it's basically a non-runner, pick it up, see what's wrong with it. Apart from that, it's just services, MOTs. Yeah, that's about it really. But yeah, so that's basically it for now. I'll either do a time lapse to this if I can figure out how to do it. That's the other thing, there's another reason why I stopped, is I'm not good with technology at all. So I'm not gonna like try and impress people when I can't, do you know what I mean? Like, this will be a one-take thing, and whatever we've got. I'm not redoing it 4 or 5 times. I just do not have the time for that. And as well, when you retake things, I just think it's like, it's a bit made up in it. You know what I mean? Just do it flush, and just if they like, you like. If they don't, they don't. Is what it is, really. I just realised I keep looking at the screen, not the actual camera. So sorry. But yeah, so we'll just see how this goes. I'll get the engine out. Once the engine's out, I'll give you more of an update, and then we'll tear it down and go from there. So yeah, see you in a bit. Right, so I didn't do a time lapse because I just didn't. And then also had 2 customers turn up, one for a set of disc and pads, another one for a caliper. So kind of good I didn't do a time lapse, so I had to get them done. Anyway, engine is pretty much ready to come out. So obviously front end all off, subframe's off, it's just over there. Drive shafts are out, exhaust off. Literally the only thing left now is I've got to figure out how to switch this now. Don't even know how you switch it, doesn't matter. Only thing left is the heater matrix pipes. So basically, God, I'm terrible with the camera. I'm not even going to try and show you. Not even going to try. Basically, heater matrix pipes, which wants to heat the core through the bulkhead. Those two to come off. Engine mount, gearbox mount, and then that's pretty much it. So then when it's out, I'll just pull the gearbox off, put it on the engine stand. Then once on the engine stand, I will quickly update you again. Then we'll rip off all like the alternator, compressor, all that kind of stuff. Basically, I've got to get the second sump off, and then can have a look at the bearings, and then yeah, go from there. So that's probably next time I'll update you. So see you in a bit. Right, well, I definitely got carried away. Forgot as well to record anything. So yeah, engine is out. Started to strip it down, and then I've just remembered. So better to do an update now. Rocker cover's off at the minute. Basically, obviously it's on the stand, so gearbox is off, flywheel's off, obviously, so it's on the stand. Taking the rocker cover off, taking the wire and loom off. Still going to get the cat, turbo, all that off. Well, to be fair, actually just the cat. Just basically, I need to get the second sump off. So a few things that obviously bolt to it. So you've got timing chain cover, that's been bolted to it. So that's got to come off. Compressor, couple of bits that down there. But then, yeah. Once all that's off, I can then get a second sump off, have a look at the actual main bearings and crank bearings, see how they're doing. And yeah, I will update you once I get to that bit. Right, so it's all apart. Again, didn't video any of it. I'm terribly sorry. I will get better at this, I promise. So blocks down there. So basically, yeah, crankshaft's out. So it's number 1 piston, so because it's a Renault engine, number 1 is basically gearbox end. That was the one that had all the play in it. That's the one that you could hear knocking away, basically. So basically flipping over to the actual crank itself and the bearings. I'll just see if I can quickly show you. Right there, I'm just going to pause it and then redo it. There we are. So crank's up there. So this is the cylinder that it was on. And here are your bearings. So I'm not too sure if the camera picks it up, but you can definitely see the marks on it, where you run your finger across it, probably hear it. But yeah, so those two are definitely knackered. Now looking at the crank, obviously I was a bit concerned that the crank was going to be scored, but luckily enough, it's only sort of heat scoring rather than actual like you know what I mean. Like if you can feel it with your nail, that's it. It's toast. Well, not toast, but you'd have to get it either reground or something like that. But yeah, it's all okay on there. To be fair, the camera makes it look a lot worse than it actually is. But yeah, feeling it, I can't feel anything there. So very, very lucky. So basically going to put a set of bearings in, and then put it all back together, see how it goes, and yeah, go from there. But it should be all right. Obviously, you've got your main caps up there. Obviously, putting new bearings in for that as well. New chain kit, and then yeah, throw it back together, get all the sealant on for the sump and everything, and then yeah, get it back in. Right, so crank's on, new bearings are on, everything's all torqued down spec. I'll quickly show you a few little like tips, I guess, if that's what you want to call it, along the way. I'll quickly just flip this around. So basically, all it is basically, so you got the like your conrod ends. You've got like a little like tab here on the end, and that's basically facing towards the front of the engine. So this is your timing end. So they're crack fit pistons, which basically means they're not machined, they're just cracked. So they only go on one way, so you need to make sure they go on the right way. If you don't, you'll end up damaging them. So little tip, basically, as long as you don't take the pistons out, twist them around or anything, it's just that little tab faces towards timing end. And then also the main caps, these are like numbered, so I'm not too sure if you can see. You got, wait there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, obviously. They need to go exactly back, obviously, in the right place. If they don't, they're machined to fit in the specific place. If they don't, then obviously you'll have an issue. But yeah, so that's all. They're all in. They're all torqued on. So now the next bit is I'll flip this upside down. Well, back up the right way. Put the timing chain on. Get it all timed up. Spin it over by hand. Make sure it's all okay. Then it'd be a second sump, oil pump, cover, all that type of stuff. All the sealant stuff, basically. And then yeah, that's just one step closer. Right, bit of an update. So engine is all back together now. Bit of a pain in the ass, to be honest. I had to go midway through to go get some more sealant. I thought I had more on me and I didn't. So I resealed the second sump and the first, like the sump pan. But for the timing cover, I had to go and get some more sealant. So that was a little bit annoying. But yeah, it's all together. So rocker cover's back on, timing cover's back on, new timing chain, new main bearings, new piston, big ends. Yeah, all sealed back on, all cleaned up. It's the boring part of cleaning everything up, to be honest. That actually takes quite a long time. It probably took me 2.5, 3 hours to put everything back together. And that's just mainly like cleaning, like, if you know what I mean. That's the boring part. But yeah, it's all back together. So it'll be tomorrow now, because I'm going to go get my little girl from nursery. So I've got a kid, so there you go, you know that now. Yeah, I will chuck all the little bits back on, loom, take it off the stand, gearbox on, throw it in the car, get it started. So to be fair, I'm probably looking at like 3 hours work, if that, to be honest. So yeah, I'll come in the morning, crack on with it, and then yeah, hopefully by midday this will be running, and then I'll give you a video of it running, and it won't have the knock anymore, well, hopefully. And then yeah, this is a another car done. This one isn't a customer's car, by the way, just in case anybody noticed. I'll just quickly turn around the camera. So it's this is an auction car. So I do quite a lot of work for a mate of mine who's a car dealer. He might be in some of the videos, to be fair, at some point. But this is one of his, and he bought it knowing that the bottom end was obviously knocking. That's why he obviously, it's cheap, to be fair. And he's done, basically, he'll buy any Nissan, basically, and just give it to me, give me to fix it. And then, yeah, I charge him for obviously what I do. He then makes some money when he sells it, and yeah, both of us are winning. So yeah, that's pretty much the crack with this one. So it is a customer's, if you know what I mean, but it's not. Because if this is like a proper customer, because of the extent of the engine being out like that, I probably would have said like, all right, well, we'll take the head off, we'll clean out the valves, put new valve stems, new head gasket. Obviously, yes, it's more money, but if you've got the engine at this position, you might as well do it, and then you don't have to worry about it in the future. So yeah, but because it's Alex, say the car salesman, it's just kind of basically you just do what is needed. Any car salesman will tell you the same thing. You just do what's needed. But yeah, so that is everything for now. I'll probably check back in with you tomorrow. I probably won't record anything putting it back in, because it's just putting an engine back in. Do you know what I mean? Most people have done it. It's nothing special. And then yeah, probably be just a video of it running, and it's all good. So yeah, we'll go from there. See you in a bit.